Hi, and welcome to Brush Tips with Cheri, where we get to paint again. Yay! Okay, super awesome artist friends. This is what we get to paint today. So we are going to be painting this, I don't know, it kind of looks like Hawaiian Tropic, maybe Arizona-ish like. So I thought we'd go ahead and cross the Mississippi and add some fun little flair here to our painting library. So the colors that we're going to need today are orange, red, raw sienna, white, and a dark blue. So I did use purple on this and I forgot my purple paint. So we're going to make purple today. Okay? The brushes that we are going to use are our Big Daddy brush. See that guy right there? And let's use this little round angled brush and maybe a little detail brush. We always use the detail brush. We always carry the detail brush. It's just a good brush to have. So just go ahead and drop those in your cup of water. And let's pull that Big Daddy brush out and let's start on the sky. So the sky is a pink and an orange, and then it kind of fades down, all right? So we're gonna take a big scoop of the white. I kind of move it over a little bit. Just make a really light pink, and then just start painting. So it's allergy season, so I apologize for any like allerginess I have going on. I took Allegra, didn't work. And then just keep going all the way down, okay? Until you feel like you want to start fading a little bit of orange in. I know this is so light. You can like barely see it. Maybe if I put it up against my shirt, like a dark background, you see that? So I know it's super light. In person, I don't think it's that light, but on the camera it might be. Remember, if your paint's not moving, our little trick is to get your brush wet, shake it off in your cup, maybe touch your paper towel, and then just keep fading it down. If you feel like your pink is too dark, just go ahead and grab some white. You can feather some white in there, okay? Now orange. The orange is super pretty. You can even just take the orange and add it here to this pink. Makes like a peachy color. Grab some more white. Look how pretty that is. These are trendy colors right now. And I go up into my pink. Do you see how I kind of went up into my pink? I cleaned off my brush a little bit. And just keep going. I'm going to grab a scoop of white. Oh my goodness, guys. I just shot myself with white paint. Whoops. Really, what fun would it be without mistakes, right? Without paint accidents. That's why I wear an apron. Because if not, I make a mistake. I don't make a mistake, I just make a mess. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's paint from before on the floor. Whoops. I look down, there's a big glob. Okay, so now that we have that all painted, you see I'm just kind of brushing over it again. There's nothing really on my brush, I'm just smoothing it out. And then make sure that your sides are done. All right, now friends, clean your brush off. We're gonna go into that purple and then that pink, and then we're gonna add those blue mountains, okay? So rinse that brush off. Let's do that purple. The purple, we're gonna take red. We're going to mix it with a little bit of blue and some white. So this is going to be a little bit richer purple than what's on that, but it's okay. Honestly, I love this purple way better than that one. That one I just used purple and white, mixed it up, made a little bit of a lavender color. My favorite color is purple. My favorite way to get purple is to mix the red with it and have that little bit of a red hue in there. Gotta make some more. Here we go. Grab a little bit of white. Now, if you have a plastic palette at home, obviously that's more environmentally friendly, so definitely use that. But if not, a paper plate is great. Oh, I love this color. Oh my gosh, it's so rich. Let's wet the brush a little bit. I'll grab a little bit of white, soften up this bottom part where we're going to kind of transition into the pink for the land. And don't forget about your sides. I'm going to take a look at this side because I can guarantee it's not great. Told ya. I suck at doing this side. I mean, I stink at doing this side. That's a family show. No swearing, right? I got to get some more of that pink over here. Just hit that like that. There we go. Don't be afraid to get messy. Perfect. Spread that out again. Soften up this horizon line. And let's go into the pink. Pink, super easy, red and white mixed. I did bring it down on this one a little bit, like this way, so I'm going to fill that back in with purple in a second. You guys hear that brush on that canvas? Oh my goodness. We got to go fast here, so that's why I go a little fast. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. Blend it up into here a little bit. Well, you know, we'll just fill it in like that, and then we'll just go over it with some purple. I guess it doesn't matter. However you want to do it. If you want to do it at an angle like that one, do it at an angle. If you don't want to, that's okay. You don't have to. And then we're going to hit the bottom. Don't forget about the bottom. Okay, don't forget. I keep looking other directions. Get a little bit more pink. Perfect. Ooh, look how pretty. Isn't it super pretty? All right, I'm going to clean that off because I am going to make a little bit more purple. A little red, a little blue, and a little white. Bring a little bit more purple into here because I do want it to go more at an angle. We could darken up that purple too, but then we got to let it dry. If we don't let it dry, then we aren't going to be able to put the rest down, so we got to let this dry a second. So for you at home painting along, what you can do is take a break, put your brush down, maybe go make a cup of coffee, let the dog out, whatever. But for me, I gotta stand here and go like this. We had a mini fan one time, but I don't know what happened to it. It'll dry pretty quick. I only put thin layers on when I'm doing this, so that way it dries pretty quick. And even if it doesn't, I really kind of know how to push to make sure that I don't push too hard. See, look, all this is already almost dry. This purple is all dry. I do it pretty fast. Ooh, we could put the sun on. Well, let's put the mountain on first. Let's do the mountain first because then we'll know where to put the sun. We don't want to go high with the mountain. Let's get this mountain on. I'm going to take this medium brush and the blue. there's a lot of water on that. We would have dripped right down the canvas. And I'm just going to draw this on. No, I don't think I want it to plateau like that. There we go. Okay. You can grab the big brush if you want and go back over it. Hit it again. I'm going to mix a little purple and a little bit of red in with that. Make it a dark purplish blue. Watch this color. You might not even be able to see it, but there's like a little hue of purple in there. And guys, when I'm painting at an angle, sometimes I paint a little bit crooked. So if my painting is crooked, don't make your painting crooked. Painting at the side like this is kind of tricky sometimes, but it works. You can even add a little bit of white to the blue, and then that's going to give us another color too. See how it just like made that blue a little bit lighter, like a little baby blue color? Transition it into a darker blue. We just want to add some depth into the mountains, that's all. We're not going too crazy because we want it to be uniform. And then hit this guy again. And how did I do this one? Let's play with this mountain a little bit more. So I'm scooping, going down and scooping. I'm not going straight here. I want it to look like a mountain, so I want it to be a little bumpy. Okay, these are like the hill parts. This part, I do want it to be a little bit straighter. Not so bumpy. There we go. Then we can just kind of let this hang out and dry a second. Go in at an angle and clean this up. Okay, we're going to let this dry. I'm going to look on it straight forward because I feel like my mountain is pretty crooked. All right, let me do this. Make it proportioned. Oh my goodness. It's hard to do this at an angle. Go a little bit bigger with this mountain now that I had to make the other mountain a little bit bigger. So for you friends at home, obviously you're painting this straight on, so your mountain should be pretty straight. Mine, not so much, right? All right, it'll be okay though. It looks good. Looks fabulous. Okay, sun time. Sun. Clean off that brush. Let's grab some white and bring it over to your orange. Mix it up a little bit. Make a real pretty orange. I have blue in my brush still, so give me a minute. Let me get some of that out. There we go. Sun. Remember my high school art teacher taught me this, Mrs. Avery. This is how we do this. Circle, 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 circle. When you feel like you got a good circle going, then go ahead and hit your canvas, and boom, you have a perfectly circle sun or moon, whatever it is today, right? I'm going to go a little darker so that everyone can see this. Plus, I really wanted it dark. We're going to bring some white in and kind of shade it around. Okay. If you struggle with making circles, you could definitely get tools to help you. There's tons of circle things around us, so if you needed to, you could grab a cup, you could grab a lid to something, you could grab a compass and use that. I just like to add a little bit of white on this side, soften it up a little. Okay, clean it off. We're gonna go with this little mountain, the little land mountain there, which is, I mixed this raw sienna with some white and some orange. I made it like a more of a peach color. It's a totally different color than what we've been working with. Then we're going to come up into this mountain and straight down. Okay, and then bring it across and then color that in. The blue on the mountain is still a little damp, so make sure yours isn't. Hit your side. Let's go a little further out. You get some more paint here. I'm going to bring this purple back in because I want the purple to be touching the land, not the land to be touching the purple, if that makes sense. Flip it. Put the land coming out of the water. Grab some purple, a little bit of white. Obviously, if you haven't mixed up already, then great, but I did not, so. Go soft around. See how it just kind of pushed that land down into the water? I'm not sure if you could tell from back there, but it works up close. When you're up close, you'll see it when you're working on your own painting. All right, friends, so let's switch to a small brush. We're going to do this guy up here, our leaf, or our so this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that tall one right there. Okay. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to come back. We're going to grab this other brush that we were using for the land. And remember, it's rounded. So this is what's going to give us a good... Now you can come in like this. It's almost like you're stamping. See how that goes? We're just using this brush, making leaves. On that one, I got a little crazy. Actually, I got lazy. I don't want to say I got crazy, I got lazy. And I was doing it with a big brush. And I was like, stop doing it with a big brush. Just go get a small brush. We're just stamping it out. And same thing here, every other side. Almost like flower petals. All right? It's so pretty. I love it. Rinse that off. We don't really need to rinse it off because we're going in with the blue anyway. Let's dry that. Okay, so this one we're going to go almost like a snake. That's what it reminds me of when I do these. And then we're just going to leave the inside open. Okay. Let me bring this up a little higher so I can get the right pattern for you. We're going to come back in and we're going to hit this with red on the inside. So don't freak out if it's pink and blue on the inside or pink and purple. We're going to come back in. Perfect. You can hit the bottoms, you can hit the sides, wherever you would like. I feel like I went a little bit more, yeah, a little bit more fancy with that leaf there. Let's go to the other side. Actually, let's go ahead and put this big, tall leaf on here. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go bigger with this one. Then let's do one from over here. And then we're just doing the inside. Okay. Perfect. Let's make this a little bit more proportioned right here. I don't know what I just did. All right, don't laugh at me. Oops. That's all right. It still looks good. You know, we have a time frame here, so sometimes I have to go a little faster and make little mistakes, but that's all right. It always turns out great. So we're just going to leave that because I need to color all this in here. Okay. And nobody needs to know that my leaf is not perfect. Okay, now let's do this guy. More blue. We're using a lot of blue right now. Ooh, I didn't really, well, it's okay. We're going to go like this. And then almost like a almond shape. Okay. And we can always add the stems on with the smaller brushes here in a minute. And then just hope your leaves get a little bit bigger as we're going, okay? My blue is running out. That's all right, though. If you want more leaves on, add more leaves. If you want them bigger, make them bigger. This is your amazing masterpiece. So we want it to be your masterpiece, okay? So you're going to let this dry. You're going to let this dry. I am not. Okay, you're going to let it dry. I'm going to rinse my brush because I'm going to come in with the reds. I am going to have to add a little bit of white to it, though, so that way we can't see through it. Perfect. We can clean this up too. There we go. I mean, if you're getting a good look at that one, then you know what we're doing. Okay. Then this little guy here, I've got a little guy that I just kind of threw some little, you see how I did that guy? It was that easy. It's super quick. You're just throwing on. And then I just like to throw, obviously with a clean, it's not very dry right now, but it's okay. It'll be all right. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Then you can kind of come in and play around with this stuff. If you didn't like the pink or the orange or blue or whatever with the flowers, you can always change it around. I'm going to rinse off my brush here. I'm going to grab some white. Oh, I got a lot of water in this brush. And I'm just going to really lightly come in here with some white. See how it just softens up? That one needs to be hit with some red again, but, ooh. But it'll be all right. There we go. Once this dries, I'll hit it again with some brighter colors. And that's it, folks. So what you can do here If you wanted to play around with any more shading, you could definitely play around with some more shading. If you love it the way that it is, then what I want you to do is I want you to grab your little baby brush, or if you're not confident with this one, my watch just broke off, just the faceplate, don't worry. You can grab a Sharpie. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab this little baby brush here, and I'm going to own my painting. So when you are done, you look at it and you're like, this is amazing. I'm an awesome artist. I love it. I'm going to gift it to someone, or I'm going to hang it up on my wall. I want you to own it. So right here, I'm just going to hit it with my initials. Everyone has their own unique little initials. So once you put yours on it, that makes you the artist, my friend. So thank you for watching, and continue watching for more super fun paintings. Thank you.